Hi everyone, this is Arun Reddy here. Welcome to my YouTube channel Arun Reddy Tech for You. And our today's topic is distributed database. So friends, if you are new to my video and if you want to learn DBMS, you can go through my channel playlist. And in playlist, you will find a playlist called DBMS. And in the DBMS folder, you will find the remaining videos. And if you want to learn DBMS in Telugu, there is another folder called DBMS in Telugu. So in this the videos are in Telugu. Okay, so if you want to learn in Telugu, you can go through the DBMS in Telugu folder, and if you want to learn DBMS in English, you can go to the folder called DBMS. And if you don't want to miss my video, please subscribe my channel and don't forget to like and share my videos. Coming to our topic, so let us start first with the centralized database so we can understand easily what is distributed database. Okay, so before going to the distributed database, let us see what is centralized database, then we will compare with the distributed database. Okay, so centralized database is basically a type of database that is stored, located as well as maintained in single location. So what we are saying, in single location, that means it will be available in single location geographically. Okay, right. So this type of database is modified and managed from that location itself. Okay, so location is thus mainly and any database system or centralized computer system. So what we are saying here, centralized database means somewhere it is located in one place, and from that place it is trying to connect to the internet to different areas and different sites. Okay, that means, see, for example, you can see a DB is only at one place, but the requests come from for different sites. Okay, so there are different sites. For example, let us assume there is a Usmania site, and in the Usmania site there are different website for example, there is a they are going to release exam result, so BSc result, BCom result, BBA result, so there are different sites. But when the student try to access the data, it will get the data from the DB database, where it is in the site 1. So what you understood, now your database is single but sites are different. So now your database is single, that means it is located in one area, and from that area only it is trying to connect through the internet. But what happens in the distributed database? See, a distributed database is a collection of multiple interconnected database which are spread physically, or you can say geographically, across the different locations that communicate via computer network. See, you can see now we don't have only one database. We have database here site on near site 2, database here near site 3, database here near site 4, and database here near site 5. So now I have five different locations. I have database. Now my database is not in centralized, not in one area, one location. It is distributed in among the different areas, different geographical locations. Now what is the use if you have a distributed database? Of course, there are some advantages, there are some disadvantages. Okay, so before that, let us see the major difference between a distributed database and centralized database. So first main advantage of distributed database is, suppose something happened to the database, it can get the data from the other database. That means database, if anything happened and database has failed, but the client can easily get the database from other servers, right? Second thing is easy accessing, because for example, if I request to site 2, now this site 2 will not go and check into the database which is located near site 1, but instead of that it will have its own local server. So it will check in the local server, so the communication will be fast. Okay, so let us see mainly what are the difference. Okay, so on the left side, on the left side we have a centralized database, and right side we have a distributed database. So coming to the centralized database, a type of database contains single database located, that means only single database, that is called centralized database. And here, see, files located in different location, means different location our database exists now, okay, geographically, then that is called as distributed database. When we have only one database, it is easy to change, update, right? Because managing, updating, taking backup of data is easier. But when it comes to the distributed database, see, if you change in one system or one database, the same changes should happen in all the database. Now it is complicated. Okay, so and it will require more time, because once you change in one database, it has to replicate in the different other database, right? So it will take time to update all the servers. Okay, so see, it requires time to synchronize data, right? But when it comes to centralized database, accessing, because all the sites will access to only one database, so of course the speed will be less. But here, see, every site has their own database, so the accessing will be speed. Okay, if one server is busy also, it can go and connect to another one, right? Now next, reliability, or you can say database failure happened. What happened? Centralized database gone, everything. But distributed database, we can still get access from the other database, right? Okay. Centralized database, what happens? It will be more consistent because only one server, one database is there, and any changes done to the database is that means only one database is there, any changes done, it will be done on only one database, right? So no issue. But here what happens? Simultaneously different servers are getting update, and they have to update the others, so it will become more complicated. So there is a chance of data inconsistency, right? So once again, centralized database, it's single server, multiple servers. Okay, it is easy to manage, update. It is very hard because it has to do everything, so it will take time. Okay, so it requires time to access. See, if somebody's request, it will take time in the centralized. Here speed, because it has different local servers, right? So here any failure occur, gone. Here no problem, no issues, right? Here what happens? More database consistency means database will be any changes done in centralized database, automatically everything will be updated, right? But here what happens? Any changes done in different servers has to get updated with the others, right? So there may chance of data inconsistency, right? So that's the difference between centralized and distributed. Now let us see features of distributed database. Of course, database, they are location independent. Okay, everywhere multiple sites are there, multiple databases are there, so any where they can connect and they can get the database. Next, network linked. All the database are linked with the network, right? And they are communicated, right? Distributed query process. Of course, there are distributed query process, so any kind of procedure they can answer easily, right? Next, hardware independent. See, every database is hardware independent. Okay, so something happened to one database, it will not affect the other because they are hardwarely independent, right? Next, distributed transaction management. So we use different techniques like committing, distributed recovery methods, concurrency techniques, schedules, all these we use, right? So it is very good to maintain distribution transaction management, right? So advantages of distributed database, of course, modular development. What happens in the centralized database? If you want to extend your database, or if you want to add more data space, then you cannot do it. It is very complicated because the server connected, only one server is there, and all the things has to be stopped. But in the distributed database, the remaining server will go on. Something you can add in the next. Suppose you want to add more space, you can just add another database, right? So easily you can, because they are modulars, different parts. Okay, so that can be easily added, and the other remaining servers are already in the running, so nothing will be get disturbed. They can go on, right, without interruption, right? More reliable, of course. Any failure happens in the database, everything gone. Okay, but when it comes to distributed database, it will have a duplicate data, okay, or a replication of data, so no issues, right? Better response, of course, we'll have a local server, so it is very fast to get response, right? Low communication cost. So anytime, whenever you request or when you try to access the data, you'll go to the local server, you'll not go to the main server, so communication cost will decrease, right? These are the advantages. Okay, so types of distributed database: homogeneous distributed database and heterogeneous. Okay, homogeneous means same, heterogeneous means different. So I'll show you an example. For example, homogeneous distributed database, see, same storage data in same way across all sites. See, all sites have same storage. For example, operating system same, DBMS same, structure same. Okay, so see, here also Oracle 9, Oracle 9i, Oracle 9i. But when it comes to homogeneous, see, different locations at heterogeneous distributed database may utilize different schema, that means different structure, different softwares, operating systems, different DBMS they will use. Okay, right. So now to make this uniform, again we have to create a separate data models, right? Separate data programs we have to do, database programs we have to do, because see, here we have SQL server, here we have Oracle 9i, here we have MS Access, here we may have different operating system, here we may have different operating system, here we may have different operating system, right? Now this is heterogeneous database, means data in distributed database, all database are different. Okay, they may have different server, different database, different DBMS softwares, different operating systems, different structures they may have, right? So in this situation generally we use DDBMS. Now what is this DDBMS? Let us see what is that. Right, till now we have only discussed about distributed database, means how your different database are connected, right? Okay, now we are discussing distributed database management system, not DBMS. See, we know DBMS. What is DBMS? It will act like a mediator between a user and a database, right? So but what is DDBMS? DDBMS will act for a as a mediator between different DBMS or different database. See, here we don't have, in distribution database we don't have only one database, right? So when we have a different database, then we require not DBMS but distributed DBMS, right? So it can only manage very well all the different what do you say, database. Okay, now what are the advantages, what are the features of DBMS? Of course, it will create, retrieve, update and delete the distributed database. It will synchronize, so whenever any change is done, it will synchronize all the and ensure, okay, it will synchronize all the database. Okay, it ensures, see, any changes done in one server, all the servers should update, right? So it will ensure, right? So it is used as application, see, application area. So anything you want more volume of data, then you can go through this. Okay, so it is designed for, see, especially heterogeneous database, because different database have different server, different softwares, different operating system, different DBMS, right? So in this situation DDBMS will help us. Okay, so it will provide a platform, so all the different will be connected, right? Confidentiality means security. Okay, it will provide you authentications, authorization, so unauthorized person cannot access the data, right? Now distributed database storage. So generally we have two ways of storing a distributed database. One is data replication, data fragmentation. What do you mean by data replication? Means any change done in one server, automatically it will do the same changes to others, means a Xerox copy, or we can say duplicating of data or copying a data. Okay, one server something has happened, same thing will be copied to the different servers, right? Data fragmentation means dividing the data into parts and storing, dividing a data into different parts and storing. For example, I have a table. Okay, a table contains 200 rows. Now I'm dividing table into 50 and I will save in the 50 in one database, 50 in one database, 50 in database, 50 in one database. Whenever I try to access, I will connect all the 50 and make it as a single unit, right? So that's called data fragmentation. So let us see in depth what is this data replication and data fragmentation. First, data replication is a process of storing data in one or more sites or nodes. Okay, so it will, see, I will make it simple. Okay, so what you're seeing, data replication, what it will do, any changes done in one server, automatically it will update the remaining servers by getting the same data replication, means duplicate. So what happens, so everybody now, it is easy to for the client to access the data, because the data will be available in all the sites. Okay, any changes done, it will copy the data. See, okay, copy data from database from one server to another, right? Okay, so generally we use this in the distributed database. Okay, right. So let me show you. See, now I have a site B, site A and this principal data. So any changes done in site A, what it principal data will do, it will get the data and it will share to the site B. Any changes done in the site B, automatically the duplicate data of site B will get by the principal database and it will update the site A, right? So principal data, what it will do, it will try to replicate the database in the all the sites. Okay, right. So now in this in this data replication we have three types. Okay, so transaction replication, snapshot replication, and third one is merge replication. Okay, so first transaction replication, that means first it will copy everything. Okay, so for examples, we have a publisher, distributor, and subscriber, and you remember subscriber will only subscriber site will only database will only can read. Okay, only we cannot modify, so any modification will be done in the publisher. So what publisher will do, immediately it will be taken by the distributor and it will share to all the subscribers. So publisher, any changes you want to do, you have to do in the publisher. In the publisher, the distributor, what it will do, it will take from the publisher and it will distribute to the subscriber. So it is one way. Next, snapshot. So in transaction, what happens, only for every transaction, for example, if I add a column, the changes again will be distributed to all the servers. If I add another column or delete a column, it will change. So every transaction it will update. That means the updation will be very fast, and it is very small also. Okay, but snapshot, it will take much time. Okay, for example, every half an hour, not every transaction, every half an hour it is trying to update. Now this snapshot updation is fused, because for example, any changes done in the publisher, okay, after 15 or 30 minutes, all the data will be moved to the subscriber, means it will override the existing subscriber database. Okay, so now when this is suitable means, if for example this approach is mostly used when data does not change frequently, means every 1 minute, every 5 minutes your data is changing, this will not be used, because it is not updating a single transaction, it is updating whole, right? So initial replication of data between publisher and subscriber, a big change is happened in publisher database. Okay, so generally any changes done in the publisher automatically will be affecting the subscriber, means it is changing whole, see, not pushed real time, rather than they are pushed as specific intervals, every gap it will change, right? Then what is merge application? See, merge application is both sides. See, now it is both sides. Any changes done in the publisher, distributor will take and it will change the publisher also. Any changes done, it will take from the subscriber also. Now subscriber also updating, right? So now that's called merge replication, both sides. Okay, so it is merging the subscriber data, publisher data, and it is updating again the publisher and subscriber. So previously it is one way, only publisher used to get update, and the same thing were distributed by the distributor to others, right? Okay, so this is merge data, right? Next, data fragmentation, dividing of a data. Why we use this data fragmentation, means to reduce the burden of database. Okay, so let me show you how this data fragmentation works. Okay, so what it is data fragmentation means dividing the database into small multiple parts or subtables. Suppose if it is a table, it will divide the table into subtables. Suppose if it is a database, it will divide the database into multiple parts. Okay, so what happens, it will divide and it will store in different locations. That's called data fragmentation. Again it will join by using union or join operation. See, they are restored by using union or join operation. So how many types of data fragmentation are there? Means there are three. One is horizontal, second one is vertical, third one is mixed. So let us start first with horizontal. Horizontal means dividing the table horizontal into groups of rows, means dividing into rows. Okay, multiple fragmentations are subsets of a table. Okay, these fragmentation can then be assigned to different sides of the database. Reconstruction is done using union or join. See what happens, for example there are 4 rows. Now I want to divide these 4 rows into 2. So what I will do, I will just say I want salary employees whose salary is greater than 35 and less than and equal to 35. For example, if I say select star from EMP asterisk, okay, from EMP where salary less than 35. So what I will get, see, I got top 2 rows. If I say reverse, less than equal to, greater than equal to, I will get the bottom 2. Now I have divided the table into 2 parts. How I have divided? In the form of rows. See, top 2 rows are divided separately, bottom 2 rows are divided. Now you are dividing your data in the horizontal, that means row wise. This is called horizontal fragmentation. Same thing if I do vertically. For example, table divided vertically in the group of columns. Now this time columns, not rows. or creating multiple fragments or subsets of tables. This fragmentation can be assigned to different sites in the database. Reconstruction is done using full outer join operation. Okay, so let me explain you. Now I want to divide in employee number, employee name, age, salary. So what I will do, I'll just say select e number, e name from employee. See, I got now only 2 columns. Suppose I want only age, salary, I will just say age, salary. So now I am dividing the data into column wise. So this is called vertical fragmentation, right? Mixed, then what is mixed and hybrid? Both vertical and horizontal partition together. Okay, so let me show you example. For example, I want first 2 rows, first 2 columns. Now what I will do, see, employee number, employee name, I want only 2 columns. From employee where salary greater than 35,000, that means I want only name, employee number and employee name. See, employee number and employee name. See, first 2 rows, first 2 columns I want. See, so last 2 rows missing and last 2 columns are missing. So now I have done fragmentation, mixed fragmentation. This is called hybrid fragmentation, means both vertically and horizontally, right? So this is what data fragmentation is. So friends, I hope you have understood the video, and thank you for viewing the video, and don't forget to like the video. Thank you.